tuned in to Angela, but I call her Yee. Way up.
Hey, yes. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Jasmine Brand. Now, I thought Mano was coming today, but I'm not sure.
I feel like if Mano was coming today, he'd be here like 30 minutes ago.
He gets here so early, but I know he had some amazing life things happening yesterday.
I saw.
You saw it?
I did. I seen it on Instagram.
Okay, well, shout out to Mano, one of our guest co-hosts. Also, shout out to Dominique Fishback. Today's her birthday.
Happy birthday.
You know her from Swarm, as the star of Swarm. She's from Brooklyn.
She is a Brooklynite.
And she's the star of the new Transformers coming out this summer. But shout out to her for a birthday. And I'm excited.
Okay, why are you excited, Angela?
First of all, I keep thinking today's Friday.
It's not. I think it's Friday too. It's not.
I keep thinking that because I have to travel.
Is Wednesday? Is it hump day? Okay,
yes, indeed. I have to go to Alabama A&M University.
What you gonna do there?
Today. It's Women's History Month.
Yes.
So we're having a really fun event that's going to be called Tea on the Hill, I believe. So I had to get a Kentucky Derby type hat.
Oh, Angela, I can't wait for the photos.
But it keeps on feeling like it's a Friday to me because I have to go travel and do that. But I'm still going to be on Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yes.
Tomorrow, and I'm coming right back.
Yep.
So.
And I'm traveling today too, so it feels like it's Friday. Yes, feels like it's Friday for me too.
Yeah. Is it springtime? Did spring start? It did, right?
First day? Okay.
Well, no, not today. I don't think today's the first day of spring, but I think it is springtime. But yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, and we want to make sure that you guys get to call in and start your day on a positive note. It's also Wealth Wednesday, guys.
Yes.
On Wednesdays, forget Hump Day. We love Wealth Wednesdays.
Okay.
And Julia Haart is going to be joining us. She is the star from My Unorthodox Life on Netflix.
I like that show.
Yes, and she's had a lot of drama in the news, but she is an entrepreneur, and she's going to talk about her divorce, marriage, business, her new business ventures that she's doing. She's going to give us some tips when it comes to finance and entrepreneurship for Wealth Wednesday. If you guys have been watching My Unorthodox Life, it's 2 seasons so far on Netflix.
She's definitely a boss too.
Yes, she is, and she definitely could dress.
She's fly.
She's quite stylish.
Angela, you kind of fly today too.
I am. Oh,
we can talk about it later.
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
For Women's History Month.
Yes.
But when we come back, we want you guys to shine a light on them. That's how we start the show. Y'all will call in 800-292-5150 is the number and shine a light on anybody doing something positive. It could be somebody you saw in the news. It could be somebody who did something in particular for you.
Okay.
It could be a family member. It could be a friend. But we're just starting off with some positivity because we all need that right now. 800-292-5150. Shine a light on them.
I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee, and we are shining a light on people doing positive things. 800-292-5150. I want to shine a light on somebody first.
Okay, go ahead.
June Ambrose. As y'all can see, first of all, I got this whole package from June Ambrose for her Puma line that just dropped.
Yes.
With Puma hoops. She had posted, I was inspired by 50 years of hip-hop and the silhouettes I've created throughout my career. I poured my legacy into the design of this collection and energy behind it. So you can find this on Puma.com, but I love it. I have the whole outfit on.
It looks really... Can you describe it for people?
So it's blue, green, and white. And it's just... I have on the
kind of like a varsity jacket, right?
I have on my track pants. I have this nice running shirt that has the little holes where you put your fingers through.
I like that.
Yes. And I love it.
And your sneakers.
And the sneakers. So shout out to June Ambrose. By the way, I'm going to go buy some more of this collection because it's amazing. I love it.
It's really
comfortable. It's beautiful. So shout out to June Ambrose for that.
Yes.
All right. You want to shine a light real quick?
Yes, I want to. Where did we shop at yesterday, Angela?
Oh, you were at Woodbury Commons.
Yes, Woodbury Commons. I want to shine a light on Leon, who works at Alexander McQueen, who took care of me and Keys and Angela yesterday. He went above and beyond.
You got money?
No, I do not have money, but he went above and beyond to help us shop yesterday. And
That's my guy.
I just wanted to thank him for all his help that he,
All right, well, shine a light on you, Leon. Now, who do you want to shine a light on? 800-292-5150 is the number. This is the time for you to shine a light on somebody who did something positive for you. Curtis, who do you want to shine a light on?
Yes, I want to shine a light on my wife, Sharetta James Manning.
Okay. Sharetta.
Yeah, Sharetta James Manning. She's from Jamaica. I met her like 6 years ago. She's my loving wife, and she showed me so much so quick.
Aww.
She's like an angel to me.
That's so sweet. What would
She
you
changed
do
my
without
life
her?
around. I don't know.
You sound like you really in
So
love.
special.
I could tell it all in your voice.
Yeah.
All right.
She's so special.
Where y'all from?
Thank you very much. I'm from St. Augustine, Florida. She's from Jamaica.
Okay.
That's sweet. Okay.
All right. Well, shout out to Sharetta from Jamaica. Your man love you, girl.
Thank you very much.
All right.
What's up, Bree? Who you want to shine a light on?
Hi, I would like to shine a light on all single mothers. We work really hard and it's a task. Our jobs never end. We're the last ones to put up there. We're the first ones up, and we do everything to make sure our kids is happy. And I just want to send prayers over everyone that their mental stability stay well.
You right. All the single mothers definitely need a light shine on them, including you, Bree. Shine a light on yourself.
Yes.
All the single moms out there who are doing it, because that is a hard job.
And it's thankless sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's a nice reward when
Yep.
them kids, show you some
Listen,
love
I
when they
love
do
them to
something
death.
good. Mm-hmm.
Right.
They're the best. They're God's gift. It's a lot to deal with, especially alone. So I pray over all of us single mothers.
Well, we're sending you some love.
And Mother's Day is coming
Thank
up.
you.
Yep.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Bree. Yes, that was Shine a Light on them, 800-292-5150. And you can always call in case you didn't get through and leave a message for the last word. When we come back, we have Yeetie and Tekashi 6ix9ine is all in it. All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Way up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way up.
Yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here from the Jasmine Brand. You know that entertainment site.
Good morning.
Good morning. And let's start with Tekashi 6ix9ine because I saw this everywhere. Mm-hmm. He was severely beaten and attacked in a gym sauna and rushed to the hospital. This was in South Florida.
Okay.
So he was in the gym inside the sauna, and this was at LA Fitness, when all of a sudden he was then attacked by several guys. There was no warning. They just don't like snitches, I guess.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, I think that's what it said on one of them. Like,
Right.
That's what they said. Gym staff heard the commotion. They notified a manager. That's when the police and EMS were called to the scene, and he was taken to the hospital in an ambulance. So you can see the damage is pretty bad.
Yeah.
When you see his face. And so there's video online. You can see part of that attack. You can see him getting hit while he's trying to defend his face.
Right.
We don't know.
What happened? Why? What?
It could be anything.
Right. Okay.
It's always been amazing to me, though, with everything that he's done and the trolling that he's done.
Nothing ever like this has happened that we know of.
It's just a dangerous game to play.
Right. I would be always have security with me if I was kind of like him, So I'm kind of surprised.
Maybe he thought he'd just go into the gym and I'm fine in the gym. I don't know, but apparently not. So
Right.
I'm sure he'll have something to say after all of this because
For sure.
this is some people, the attention.
Yeah.
All right, now let's talk about Ja Morant. He participated Tuesday in his first practice with the Grizzlies following that 8-game suspension. And then he actually is planning to make his return today.
Okay.
In the home game against the Houston Rockets. He did spend 11 days in a Florida counseling facility after that video on Instagram Live where he was holding a gun, which he said wasn't his.
Right.
And so here's what he had to say about people believing that he was having some type of issues with Hennessy and expensive tequila and why he went to a counseling facility.
John, how much do you think alcohol has influenced your decision?
I don't got an alcohol problem, never had an alcohol problem. I didn't go there for alcohol, I went there for counseling. To learn how to, manage stress, cope with stress in, a positive way. Instead of, ways I've, tried to deal with it before that, caused me to make, mistakes. So.
Now, the statement from the league when they announced his suspension, the commissioner, Adam Silver, determined that Ja Morant was in an intoxicated state when he did that Instagram Live session. But like you hear right here, Ja Morant said he does not have an issue with alcohol. He did deactivate his Instagram and Twitter for a period of time, but he is back on.
Okay.
And he said he's not going to be out like he was or be as active on social media, and that clubbing and all is not on his mind right now.
Okay. I did think they said that he had a problem with Hennessy. And
They did
expensive
say
tequila.
that.
Okay.
I don't know where it came from.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, now The Weeknd has set the Guinness record for the world's most popular artist.
Wow.
Officially, he just broke 2 new records on Spotify. One was for most monthly listeners in Spotify history.
Okay.
And that's at the 111 million mark. And another is the first artist to breach the 100 million monthly listeners mark in general. So it's official.
Who knew?
He's the world's most popular artist.
Okay.
I don't know that I really listen to Am I out the loop?
I think you are. I thought he was one of your favorite artists.
You did not think that. Okay.
All right.
And Rolling Loud, New York City, has been canceled this year due to, quote, logistical factors. According to festival organizers, they made the announcement yesterday. The festival will not be returning to New York City this year. They said, for the last few years, we've made some legendary moments happen in Queens. Sadly, due to logistical factors beyond our control, Rolling Loud will not return to New York in 2023. But organizers did say it will return at a later date. It's not goodbye. It's more like, see you later.
Okay.
Alligator.
So they say come to Miami, July 21st to the 23rd.
Yep. They're going to have their biggest, best festival of the year. So now they can focus on that.
Have you ever been to Rolling Loud, Angela?
No, I have not.
Okay.
But I would. People love it.
Yeah.
And if y'all recall, last year they canceled some artists, like Ron Suno, who was up here before.
Drill artists, right?
Yeah, they didn't let them take the stage.
Yeah.
All right, well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we do have About Last Night. Now, what is About Last Night? Well, that's when we talk about things that we did last night. And you guys, I'm sure, will find a lot of this quite relatable.
Okay.
So whether that's a TV show we watched, a movie we went to, some music that we listened to, or maybe something that we feel like we just want to share about last night. When we come back, it's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Last night.
So, about last night.
Last night.
Here's how it went down.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine from the Jasmine brand is here.
Yes, I'm here.
Now, yesterday we had to handle some business.
We did.
A lot of events coming up, so did a little shopping. And you know, I'm a very, am I a frugal person?
No, Angela, I am a frugal
Everybody's
person.
shaking their head no.
No.
You're a little more frugal than I am, but let me tell you something that I did that I need to do more often.
Okay.
Right? Sometimes I buy things, and if they don't fit right or I don't use it, I don't return them in time.
Okay, yeah.
So this particular time, I bought a few different things, and then I went to return this dress because I found it somewhere else less expensive, right? So why did I go and return the dress that I didn't wear, had the tags on it still and everything?
Okay.
And they sent me an email from the store saying, it appears that this dress has been worn, and therefore you have to come and pick it up, or we're not refunding your money.
They accused you.
That's never happened to me before, and it's a store I shop at all the time, and I never return anything there.
Right.
And I'm very offended.
What are you going to say in response? Are you going to respond, or what are you going to do?
I did respond, and they have not responded back. I responded 2 days ago, and I think I'm going to have to contact. I don't know what to do now.
Right.
This has never happened to me before, where I tried to return something and it didn't work. And I get it. Like, people buy things, wear it, and then
Return
them.
Right.
But I don't even return things that I should return. And then the one time I'm like, let me be responsible and start being more frugal. And then I went to go return something and it didn't work.
Yeah, it's frustrating because you didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do I do now?
I don't.
Because I actually did return it. I got the receipt with the refund.
And the tags
then
are on there.
The tags are on there. They said it smells like perfume and it appears to have been worn at an event. There's nothing on it that looks like it's been worn at an event.
First of all, I don't like that language. Like, what makes you think I wore it at an event?
I'm not
what does
gonna
that mean?
lie. I was offended, and then I started to feel like, why did they just do that? And it's especially at a place where you spend money all the time.
Right, yeah.
So
And
now
it's
the customer service thing is a point. And now, would I go back there ever again? Am I boycotting this store?
Yeah, what are we going to do? Because you really like that store.
I don't know. I'm going to have to call this person. I don't know what to do.
Okay.
Should I contact the manager? What do I do?
Yeah.
Somebody help.
I think you probably should contact the manager.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I was offended. Have you ever been so offended when you went somewhere that you're like, I'm never going back there again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Restaurant or clothing store?
Yeah, but I always end up going back there.
See, I will boycott a place, and because I'm going to tell y'all something. We have power. We have options.
We do have power and options. Are you going to exercise those is what I want to know.
Because our money matters. You know what I'm saying? And we
Yeah.
spend a lot of money. And this is a place where I really have been going to for probably 20 years.
Oh.
And this has never happened to me anywhere before.
You should have a conversation with the manager. I'm sure they don't want to lose you as a customer either.
But then I also feel like seeing everything that's been happening in the news with luxury retailers and things like that, and they're like, we don't care. Sometimes I feel like now more than ever, customer service in some of these luxury places is kind of slacking.
And it is interesting. You need to note that this was a luxury store. That's
Yeah.
why it wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely was. And
Yeah.
all right. Well, yeah, there you have it. Now, you also did some shopping, and I'm going to tell you what you do that sometimes. Yeah.
What do I do?
You take I'm a very, if I like something, I buy it.
Right.
You think about it really hard.
I do.
And then you leave and you feel like, man, I should have bought that.
Well, because my thing is, if I leave and then I feel like I need to come back and get it, I'll get it. But I did some sneakers I really thought I didn't need because I kept getting everything black yesterday, and I regret not getting them. Mm-hmm. But I'm frugal, and I have a number in my mind when I go shopping. I'm like, I don't want to go past this.
Which you didn't.
I didn't go past my number yesterday, but then I had a number for sneakers I didn't want to go past, and this was exceeding my number. And this morning I woke up like, I should have got those sneakers.
Retail therapy is a real thing.
It is.
Like when things are tough in life, you feel like, I just need to go. And I know everybody, I talk about this too. I talk about finances all the time and being responsible.
Yeah.
And sometimes I go the other way and I say, hey, don't cheat yourself, treat yourself.
Well, and also, I was thinking about doing another.
I could justify anything.
I was thinking about doing another investment. So then I was like, okay, maybe I'm going to do this. First of all, the amount of the sneakers has nothing to do with
the amount of what this
Yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, I will say, customer service is important. Look, now my friend is texting me. She's probably like, what store was it?
Right.
But yeah, I think I'm going to try to call. I'll keep y'all updated. I'm going to try to call the store, talk to a manager and see what happens. And then take it from there.
And maybe I'll text this woman and get these sneakers.
Okay. Well, there you have it. Retail therapy issues that we had. And when we come back, we have Tell Us a Secret. That's when you guys get to call in and you remain anonymous. Okay. And just tell us a secret. Something that maybe you have never told anybody or a very limited amount of people know. And y'all have some shocking things going on in your lives. But it is also quite entertaining. We're not going to judge you. 800-292-5150 is the number. Call us up and tell us a secret on Way Up with Angela Yee.
The judgment-free zone. Tell us a secret.
Yes, what's up? It is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Jasmine Brand is here. And this is the part of the show where you guys call in and anonymously tell us a secret.
Okay.
800-292-5150 is a number. And remember, we can't be judgmental.
Right. Yeah.
So no matter what the secret is, we're just here to listen and to let you get the therapy of putting it out in the atmosphere and letting us.
Because you should feel better after you tell us.
Yeah. We're going to appreciate it, all right?
Yeah.
So let's get it started. Anonymous caller, tell us a secret.
Talking to Angela Yee.
Yes, indeed.
Can't believe I got through. This is crazy now, but no. So right now I'm going through something right now where I'm having trouble paying rent, kind of behind on a lot. Something that my wife doesn't know, and I'm hoping that we don't get put out. I don't know how to tell her.
Ooh. So how behind are you on the rent? Like how many months?
Like maybe 3.
Have you spoken to the landlord?
Yeah, I have. They've been working with me for a while now, but I'm just worried about how the court date will go, so I'm not sure how that'll go. I don't know how to tell my wife. I'm trying to, I don't know how to take that.
Look, no judgment, but, maybe she can, you guys are a team. Maybe she'll have some ideas that can be helpful.
Yeah.
It's going to happen, so you're going to have, the sooner that you tell her, the better.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I filled up the courage to tell her before then.
All right, but we wish you the best of luck on working things out.
All right, thank you so much. I'm glad I got through. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you. You too. That's stressful.
Very stressful.
All right, anonymous caller, tell us a secret.
Okay, so you know what op is?
Yes, she does. Angela, you know what op is.
Yeah, enemy.
Yeah. So my baby daddy, he's the father of both of my kids, and I had accidentally got pregnant by one of his ops, and I haven't told him yet. We're not together or anything, but
wow, he really gonna flip.
Yeah.
Where are you from? Chicago?
No, Florence, South Carolina.
Okay. Ooh, how did this even happen? We're not judging you though, but how did you get cool with the ops?
Well, they were friends at one point, but I did know the boy before he even knew him. And they fell out. So he started buying me stuff and getting my kids stuff. So then we ended up having sex and I got pregnant.
Are you still having sex with the op?
Yeah.
I feel like you are.
Right. Well, now, are you still having sex with your baby daddy?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Well, do you plan on telling your baby daddy?
Yeah, but I just don't know when to tell him, and I'm getting big, so I need to hurry up.
You're pregnant right now.
Yeah, she's pregnant now. Okay, what do you think he's going to say?
I don't know. He might try to kill me.
Don't say that.
I'm telling you, it's crazy.
Have a plan.
Have a plan. Make sure you're not alone when you tell him. Maybe you want to text it.
Maybe you want to. Are you stay by yourself?
Yeah, I got my own house.
Okay. I don't know. You might want to
text that and make sure you're not alone.
Yeah, make sure you got people around you.
And let me ask you, what does so the op? What does he say about all this?
I mean, he's just like, because I was go hide the baby, But he's like, no, if I have a baby, I want everybody to know it's my baby. Like, he's going to post the baby on Facebook and everything.
Oh,
so.
Lord. Okay.
He's not caring about
Like,
your
his baby's
safety
not
at all.
gonna be a baby.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to have a serious conversation about,
All right, well, girl, we are praying for you.
Can you keep us posted?
I will, definitely will.
Okay.
Yeah, please check back in.
All right.
All right, thank y'all.
Thank you. All right, anonymous caller, tell us a secret.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
So I found out that my mom is cheating on my stepfather.
Ooh, how'd you find out?
How I found out was, so she came into town for a few days. Me and my parents live in 2 different states. And every time she comes down, she always stays with me. And if she was here, she calls me and she's like, hey, like, can you come pick me up right now? So I'm like freaking out, going to go pick her up. I go pick her up. She's arguing with a whole nother dude about him cheating. And I'm just baffled and shocked. And I'm just like sitting there and like,
oh my God.
A part of me wanted to like mind my business, but a part of me is just like, Mom, like, what the heck is going on? And long story short, the guy ends up leaving, and afterwards, I'm sitting at the Airbnb with her, and she's just chilling, acting like nothing happened.
Oh my goodness.
So I call my sister, and I'm like, hey, like, this is what just happened. And she's like, oh, I know exactly like what guy you're talking about. So I ended up looking him up on Facebook. Come to find out, he's under the assumption that she's pregnant with twins. My mom has had a whole hysterectomy, so I know that's not true. And he's talking about they are engaged. So I'm assuming, and I know for a fact that my stepdad doesn't know. And I just feel so bad because, like, a part of me wants to just be like, oh, this is what's going on. And then a part of me is just like, this is not my marriage. Let me mind my business.
Your mom's is messy.
Her mom is living.
Yeah.
Sheesh. How old is your mom? If you don't mind me asking. How old is your mom?
My mom is 45.
Okay. She's
living her life.
She
Okay.
said, I think.
Okay.
All right. Well,
good luck.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing with us.
Yeah.
I don't know. You might gotta have a conversation with your mom though, and let her know how you feel.
Don't be snitching on your mama though.
But talk to her.
I'm not gonna snitch, but it's just one of those really uncomfortable topics, and I don't want her to think I'm like judging her, but at the same time, it's like, you wrong.
Okay.
All right.
You should talk to her though. It's only gonna eat you up if you don't.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Woo.
Bye.
All right. Well, that was Tell Us a Secret, 800-292-5150. Just in case you didn't get through, you can always leave a message for last word and we'll get it on the air. When we come back, we have Yeetie and let's talk about J. Cole. He sat down on the Lead by Example podcast and we'll tell you what he had to say about people who live a regular life and why he's jealous of that. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip. Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee on a Wealth Wednesday. Jasmine Brand is here with me.
Yes.
From thejasminebrand.com. And let's do our Yee tea.
Okay.
So J. Cole, he sat down with Golden State Warriors general manager Bob Myers. Bob Myers has a podcast called Lead by Example. And he talked about a lot of different things. For instance, he said sometimes he's jealous of people who lead a quote unquote normal life.
I'm envious of people who don't have strong desire or strong vision and don't have something. They live a peaceful life and an enjoyable life, and it's like, yo, I go to work, I like my job, I like my salary. I'm not
trying
stupid rich, but I love my family. I come home, life is amazing. Simple. And they live their life like that, and I think that is just as valid. It's a blessing to be satisfied, to be at peace.
I was just having a conversation about this the other day. How everybody's happiness is different, like what makes them happy.
Yeah.
You know, you could be really rich and unhappy.
Yeah.
Or you could be, living day to day, check to check, but also have a happy life.
Yes, it's really relative.
It is. And sometimes, because people try to judge what other people's lives are like or what they should be wanting to do or what their ambition should be.
Right.
But sometimes loving your family or whatever it is that you have going on, or sometimes being single. I saw people judging Ashanti for being on vacation.
Right.
And
she stay on vacation. I'm jealous.
Yeah, I'm actually jealous. But she looks like she's having a great time and a great life. Who are we to say, well, why don't you have this? Why don't you have that?
Right.
So I think that as long as a person is happy doing what they do, from the outside looking in, you can't say what should make them happy.
Right. Angela, are you happy?
Yeah, I am.
I know that's right.
I am. I'm a pretty happy person. What about you?
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Yes.
of course,
I'm a work in progress. In
we
terms
all
of,
have days, and I think sometimes you think, well, what if I would have done this? Or what if my life would have been like this? But every day we say it's a blessing.
Yep. I just want to be at peace. You know what I mean?
All right. Now, J. Cole also said that he started smoking when he was 6 years old.
Whoa.
At 6 years old, I was smoking cigarettes regularly around the neighborhood. And the thing was, my brother's 4 years older than me, almost 4 years older than me.
He's smoking too?
No, that's the wild thing. It was just, I was always hanging around the older kids in the neighborhood that he was hanging around, and they were smoking. And I was young and fearless and trying to be cool, so it was like, oh, y'all smoking? Like, let me see that.
6 years old is crazy.
You want to hear something? Okay,
go ahead,
J.
Angela.
Cole. So when I was growing up, there was a young girl who lived across the street from me when we were in elementary school.
Okay.
And her dad actually smoked cigarettes so much. He actually ended up getting lung cancer and passing from that. But he would send us to the store to get cartons of cigarettes.
Okay.
And we would take a box and smoke it at the Sears parking lot.
How old?
I was in elementary school.
What grade do you think you were in?
Maybe like third.
So you were in third grade smoking Newports.
Was it Newport? No, he smoked Marlboros.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, yes, I did smoke. And I didn't really like it, but it just felt like a cool thing to do at the moment.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm kind of glad I did that and got it out the way because I didn't really like it. But sometimes you just do things.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Well, shout out to J. Cole.
6 years old. Okay.
I know my parents listen. Yes, it happened.
It's in the Sears parking lot.
The other thing I wasn't allowed to do is there was a guy that sold hot dogs there. And, you know, I was never allowed to buy hot dogs from the street vendors.
Really?
On the street. And it actually is really disgusting because it's like sitting in boiling water. Where does he pee?
Where does he wash his
where
hands?
Does he go? Where does he wash his hands? And his hands were filthy.
Yeah.
And they were $1. And I would definitely go and buy a hot dog sometimes.
I definitely have bought hot dogs off the street.
Yeah, we call that street meat here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, Jamie Foxx was targeted in a $40,000 scam on the film set of his movie Back in Action.
Okay.
And it's him and Cameron Diaz, by the way. Cameron Diaz is back on the screen, but it looks like she might be gone again. So they said this employee has been possibly involved in past attempted scams involving wealthy celebrities, and police may have been called to the set of Back in Action over this. They said the film has been a bit of a nightmare. There were film delays due to bad weather in London and a few employees getting fired. They said there were some investigations. Somebody tried to get some cash from Jamie Foxx, about $40,000. They tried to offer up a Rolex watch as part of the deal, but now there's an investigation into everything going on. I don't know what could have possibly happened. Cameron Diaz, by the way, hasn't been acting in 9 years, so she returned from her hiatus, but it turns out that she loves being a mom more than anything in the world.
Okay.
And it's been a lot for her to be on set. She has a young child, Radix, and so she hates being away from her child, and they just had this kid 4 years ago.
Okay.
And so even though she retired and went back, it looks like now she's not wanting to do this anymore. She hates the drama and confrontation that comes with working in Hollywood. And so reportedly, we don't know how true this is according to sources.
Okay.
She's back out again.
Okay, well, she can do that.
Yes, she can. All right, well, that is your Yee Tea. And when we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are stories that may not be headline news, but we want to bring them to you and make sure that you're aware. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
I got news. This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
All right, well, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Jasmine Brand is here.
Yes.
And this is Under the Radar, stories that are not necessarily headline news. And this one is really close to home. In home, I mean the studio here.
Right.
Right now, as we're sitting in the studio in Midtown Manhattan, there is a man outside threatening to jump from a window. It's literally on our block.
Right. Remember we were trying to get out the Uber and we couldn't come down
the
the street?
street was closed off.
Yeah.
And the Uber was like, I'm going to let you guys off on the corner. Well, apparently there's a 35-year-old man who is threatening to jump from a 20th floor window. What they're saying, and they have not revealed his name, is that the FBI showed up to serve a search warrant. And he broke the window inside of an apartment.
Okay.
And attempted to climb out around 8:40 a.m. There's a video where you can see him sitting outside on the window with his legs dangling. There's people outside watching and filming. Police are telling bystanders either get inside their building or move on down the block. They have put out like a landing pad.
Right.
So just in case, I guess he does jump or fall or anything happens, it'll save his life.
Wow. And people are actually looking, trying to watch this whole thing unfold, right?
There's people outside. I went to the window just to see like where exactly is it, and there's people outside pointing, watching, filming, and things like that. So I don't know what this search warrant was about from the FBI,
Right.
but apparently enough to drive him to that.
I hope they get him.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah.
All right, now let's talk about Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. That circus has been reimagined and reborn.
Okay.
You know, there's been a lot of issues with using animals in a circus.
Right, and rightly so.
Right. If you guys ever go to the circus, and if you've ever been to Universal Circus, they also don't use animals there really anymore either.
Okay.
Well, right now, they're kicking off the 2023 North American Tour this fall.
Mm-hmm.
It's 75 performers from 18 countries, and they're not going to have animals anymore. They're going to have high wire tricks, soaring trapeze artists, and bicycles leaping on trampolines. The tour is going to kick off in Louisiana. That's September 29th to October 1st. Then it goes to Ohio, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Missouri, Maryland, Michigan, Indiana, and it ends in Oklahoma. And then it restarts in 2024 in Florida. So it's a whole reimagining of the modern circus.
I like the idea of not using animals.
Yeah. I mean, there were declining ticket sales. Customers were conflicted about how circus animals are treated.
Yeah.
And imagine like elephants and all the animals we used to see in these confined spaces being brought place after place.
Yeah.
You know, the circus took down its tents. And there were some court battles that led to the end of elephant acts in 2016. And PETA also has praised this whole revamping of the circus.
Okay.
And so this rebirth extends the circus's long run. You know, the circus has been around since before automobiles, before airplanes.
Really?
When Ulysses S. Grant was president. And that's when minstrel shows were actually very popular entertainment. So it's been around for a really long time. They call it the greatest show on earth or any kind of live entertainment. So now there's movable staircases, 2 main stages. Audiences will have a 360-degree view with live camera feeds, VR, virtual reality, and lighting and sound design that tracks the performer. So it's about enhancing the experience, not just technology. There's a lot of activity and action. So they want to make sure that you don't miss some of those big moments.
Okay.
So would you still go? Or bring your daughter?
She's too young, but maybe if I had like a 5-year-old or something.
Right. I remember going to the circus when I was a kid.
Yeah. Will you go to the circus?
I've been to the Universal Circus.
I've never been.
I've been a couple of times. Shout out to the Universal Circus. All right. Well, that is your Under the Radar.
Okay.
Now, you know we have Way Up. The mix is coming with the Way Up mix at the top of the hour. Plus, Julia Hart is going to be joining us. She has that Netflix series, My Unorthodox Life. It's been 2 seasons already. She's an entrepreneur, and she's going through a really messy, very public divorce. So we'll talk to her about all of those things for Wealth Wednesday. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Turn it all the way up. Angela Yee is way up.
Okay. But people call you, you know, and then your Instagram page for your personal is It's Jasmine Brand.
Yeah, Jasmine Brand.
So that makes it seem like your name is Jasmine Brand.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's get into it on Yee-T. Sydney Leday, she is a woman who says that she was injured by the bullets flying the day that Takeoff was unfortunately killed, and she's been recovering. She says she has medical bills that are about $200,000. She actually talked to the Shade Room on the trauma, and she says that she was in the hospital for a week. After she slipped into a coma, she was left with a bald spot where she was shot in the head. And she now has to attend therapy sessions because of her PTSD. And she said loud events like New Year's Eve are triggers for her. She said the November 1st shooting was senseless, and the other witnesses are still traumatized all the time.
I can only imagine.
Yes, so they did arrest a man, Patrick Clark, who they believe is responsible for the shooting, but they still have not named a suspect for the bullet that struck Sydney.
Okay.
I wonder who's taking, so does her, like, because her medical bills, I don't know what's going on with insurance or who's taking care of it, but that's a lot. And we always talk about like unexpected things in life can really affect and hit your finances, and medical bills is one of the top reasons.
Right.
Vehicles.
Okay.
It's a Maybach. How do you say Maybach? Maybach.
I don't know how to say
it. You know, I don't know much about cars. I just know that this car looks really nice, and it was designed by Virgil in collaboration with Mercedes-Benz. He was on Instagram showing a video of the vehicle, and it also comes with a miniature replica. That's cute.
That's really cute.
That's how you know it's expensive. They give you a free replica. And he posted it, and he put Virgil Maybach so sweet. And the Project Maybach car is strictly limited. Like we said, only 150 of them made. I wonder if Envy can get that in his car show.
Oh, I know he would love to.
You know, and it's referenced on the branding of it. And it's a one-of-a-kind electric show car. It also made an appearance in Drake's video for Sticky.
Okay.
And we don't know if he owns one, but
I wonder how much this is because I just Googled how much
you
is
did a deep dive.
Yeah, I did a shallow dive, not on this one, but just how much a Maybach costs. So the MSRP is $185,000.
Now you got to see how much this one costs.
I know, but this gives you a reference point of it's more than what I just said. It's more than $185,000.
Hold on, let me do a deep dive.
Okay, because I did a shallow dive.
All right. All right. In the meantime, Lip Service. Coco Jones is on the latest episode of Lip Service.
She's so talented and gorgeous.
She's beautiful.
Yes.
And she's sweet, and she can sing, and she can act, and all of that.
And she's funny.
She's a Disney kid.
She's funny.
And she's a family girl, very family oriented. But one thing that she talked about is the type of guys that she likes. And we're going to talk about this some more because Jasmine, you're always discussing this.
Yes.
All right. She said that she likes medium looking guys.
Do you like really cute guys or like medium or like unattractive guys?
Here she goes.
Do you have a type? I don't have a type. Me and my friends do say we like medium ugly, and if you taking me out,
that's Jasmine.
Jasmine
does not like good looking guys.
I'm
the same way.
Medium to medium ugly.
I feel like if you're too cute, you're weird. You're weird.
She said the same thing.
It's just like we can't both be the baby. But I will say I have dated guys that off the first impression I would be like nah. But because I was kicking it with them and like listening to how they talk and like their mindset, their confidence, I'm like,
okay.
Rah.
Okay.
I'm glad that she and I share this.
Yeah. I said, okay, I did a deep dive.
Okay.
For this Project Maybach. And by the way, you can catch that full episode of Lip Service on iHeart where you listen to podcasts.
Right.
It's also on my YouTube page if you want to visually see it.
Right.
All right. So I'm looking at the Project Maybach.
Okay.
It said it costs over $500,000.
Okay. Well, that sounds about right.
It's probably, and then at some point it's probably going to be even worth more than that because it's so limited to try to get it.
I wonder what that insurance is like.
I wonder if you'll drive it.
Nope.
All right. Well, that is your Yee Tea. And when we come back, we have a Women's History Month. It's Women's History Month all month, but we celebrate it year round.
Yes.
So we are going to celebrate somebody who we feel like deserves our flowers. So many of you do, but we'll give you some people who we think do. On Way Up with Angela Yee.
Celebrating the ladies during Women's History Month.
All right, it is Way Up with Angela Yee, and it's Women's History Month. What's today's date? The 22nd? March 22nd?
Yes.
All right, Jasmine Brand is here with me. It's also tonight Ramadan starts.
Yes.
As well.
It's an important day for Muslims.
All right, now, today we are celebrating a couple of amazing women. One of them, Gladys Knight. All right, now Gladys Knight is the Empress of Soul. She's a singer, songwriter, actress, businesswoman, 7-time Grammy Award winner. And she actually was honored at the White House recently. So congratulations to her. She got the National Humanities Medals and the National Medal of Arts. It's the first time President Joe Biden has held a ceremony for the awards since taking office. So congratulations to Gladys Knight.
Okay.
Well deserved, by the way. Right? Are you a Gladys Knight fan?
I am. I was just trying to think of my favorite song. That's why I kind of got quiet first. I was like, what's my favorite song?
She was on Motown, by the way, when she was with the Pips. And let me see. I'm trying to think of some of her really big songs.
Midnight Train to Georgia.
I Heard It Through the Grapevine.
Oh, I heard it.
Which was released later on by Marvin Gaye. If I Were Your Woman.
Oh, I like that too.
And neither one of us wants to be the first to say goodbye. All right, we're ruining it. I feel bad.
Awful.
Sorry, Gladys Knight.
Yes.
Sorry, Pips.
Yes.
But yeah, so of course we want to celebrate Gladys Knight. And I love when people go from being in a group to being a solo artist. That's not an easy thing to do. So shout out to Gladys Knight.
You were in a group and now you're a solo artist, Angela.
Yes, I was. She also had a variety show, by the way. Did you know that?
No idea. Had no idea.
She had a Gladys Knight and the Pip Show. And then she's been on television, starring in different things as well. And amazing person. She also had a restaurant.
In Maryland, outside of D.C. I went there before.
Okay, we know that. And she had one in Atlanta. I went there before.
Right.
As well. So shout out to her.
Did you watch her Versus?
Yes, I did. And that was fun to see them cooking and everything. So that was amazing. So yeah, shout out to Gladys Knight. Another person that we want to celebrate, and you sent us this story.
Yes.
All right. And this is a FAMU alumna has become Vanderbilt's first black woman neurosurgeon resident in its 148-year history.
That's major. So yeah, we want to celebrate Dr. Tamia Potter. She as the first black woman neurosurgeon resident at Vanderbilt University in Nashville, Tennessee. And as Angela said, that makes her the first in 148 years.
That's crazy. Almost
Yeah.
150 years. And this is the fact that we celebrate first still. I mean, we are celebrating it, but imagine that.
And this is since its opening in 1874. She celebrated it on social media, and she said, "My first job was a certified nursing assistant at 17 years old in 2014. But today, on March 17th, 2023, I was blessed to be selected as the first African-American female neurosurgery resident to train at Vanderbilt University Medical Center." And it's also important to note that prior to matching with Vanderbilt, she majored in chemistry at FAMU, and she attended Case Western Reserve University School of Medicine in Ohio.
Yes, so congratulations. That's amazing.
That's black girl magic for real.
Shout out to you, Dr. Potter. Shout out to you, Gladys Knight. Okay, and that is for Women's History Month. Now, we do still have some amazing things happening today. It is Women's History Month, and we do have an amazing woman coming by.
Yes.
For Wealth Wednesdays. It is a Wednesday, and Julia Haart is going to be joining us. If you don't know who she is, she has the Netflix series, My Unorthodox Life, is 2 seasons so far of that series. She was not born Julia Haart, and she's going to tell you her whole story about how she grew up, fundamentalist society, leaving behind all of that to go and start a new life in her 40s.
Yeah.
And then becoming wildly successful and now going through a very public divorce, you know, getting bashed online, but still being an amazing, amazing entrepreneur. Julia Haart, when we come back on Way Up with Angela Yee.
Here, she back at it. Bring in the back. Way Up with Angela Yee is on.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here, and Jasmine from the Jasmine brand is here.
Yes.
All right, so we're at work right now. There's more information just to give you guys an update.
Okay.
There's somebody on this block where we work in Midtown Manhattan, where our studio is located, that was on the outside threatening to jump from the window. I think he's 20 floors up. The FBI did issue a search warrant, and here's an update.
Okay.
So they're saying this is just from the New York Post, a suave Manhattan con man who allegedly once posed as the scion of a wealthy Jamaican family.
What?
Threatened to jump from a 20th floor window. Ian Mitchell. They say that he launched a scheme back in 2015.
Okay.
He broke the window inside of an apartment within this condominium building, and he attempted to climb out this morning around 8:40 a.m.
Okay.
And there's a lot of video. You can see him. His legs are dangling from the window. Police are telling bystanders either get inside your building or move down the block. This is literally right outside.
Right.
Our block. As a matter of fact, the Uber couldn't even drop us off.
Yeah, we had to walk a little bit.
Because the street was closed off. So as of this morning, NYPD's emergency services unit was on the scene trying to speak to the man, and he did not have any known weapons in his possession. So the nature of the FBI search warrant was not immediately known. They would only confirm that we are conducting a law enforcement operation pursuant to an ongoing investigation. So they're saying, and I'm going to give you all some information, what we know so far,
Okay.
is that he passed himself off as Ian Matalan, a relative of the wealthy Jamaican businessman Joseph Matalan, and claimed to be an investment banker. And in 2015, he allegedly told 3 victims, including an Air Force veteran, they could have an ownership interest in a new bar at the Hudson Hotel, that's right around the corner, if they paid up to $33,000 for a liquor license. You know, liquor licenses
hard to get,
not easy to get.
Yeah.
But he actually had no connection to any of the bars at the hotel, and he took the money and blew it on personal expenses, according to prosecutors.
Okay.
And they also said that one person gave him $15,000, and that was the bulk of his life savings.
Oh, no.
But the most lucrative target was a businessman named Humberto Romero of Yellowstone Medical Management, Inc. They're saying that he got more than $158,000 from him starting in 2016. He said he ran a multi-million-dollar hedge fund and promised him a return if he invested that money into his company and other ventures.
Okay.
And so
he's allegedly a scammer.
Yeah, they're saying he's a con artist, and that's why the FBI, I guess, has this search warrant. And so when the guy Romero tried to pull out his money, that's when Ian Mitchell went dark, and there was a background check that revealed his real name and that the hedge fund never even existed. So they called the cops on him.
Wow.
And they're saying that he spent that cash on student loans, credit cards, gym fees, and a car lease.
This sounds like a show or series.
Now, his lawyer, at the time that this happened, right, said that Mr. Mitchell has taken responsibility and has tried to make good on his financial commitments. So I guess he was attempting to pay that back.
Okay.
And so we're going to keep you guys updated. But, this is literally right outside. That's never an easy thing when things catch up to you.
Yeah.
And then, but never a situation where you should feel like you want to jump from a building.
Right. Of course not. And this is, so he's still sitting out there.
As far as I know, right now, the street is still blocked off and he's still sitting outside there. Things are going to keep on updating, but...
Yeah, keep us posted on this. This is an interesting story.
All right. Well, we do have Julia Haart joining us.
Okay.
It is Wealth Wednesday. Julia Haart has the Netflix series, My Unorthodox Life. She's had 2 seasons of that so far. We'll find out if there's a 3rd season on the way. We saw her find her true love in the 1st season, and then they broke up by season 2. It starts off with him moving his stuff out, and then things got really ugly. But she's still an entrepreneur. A lot of people have doubted her, said she married for money. She left behind a whole life in her 40s in a very fundamentalist community. So she's going to talk about all of that on Way Up with Angela Yee, Wealth Wednesdays.
With Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and it is a Wealth Wednesday, and I'm here with my Wealth Wednesday partner, Stacey Tisdale.
Happy Way Up. We are going to take you super high today.
Yeah, I mean, this is Way Up. And Jasmine Brand is here with me, and we have Julia Haart with us.
Hi, everyone. I'm so glad to be here.
Well, I love it.
And the breaking news right here. The breaking news.
No comment. 0 comments.
I actually started watching My Unorthodox Life before I met you.
Oh, wow.
And I had no idea how you showed how restrictive that is. And so many people I know living in New York don't understand that lifestyle, particularly what it is for women.
Yeah.
So how did you get from there to all of the career amazing things that you've done and to ultimately being an advocate for women entrepreneurs? How did what happened to you affect that?
Well, I think, the reality is that we really don't know what we're capable of. When I left my community, I left at 42. I didn't know a single person in the outside world. And it literally was the outside world. There was my world and the outside world. And I still think about them that way because my world was in the 1800s. The outside world was in the 21st century. I'd never been on a date. I'd never been to a bar. I knew literally zero.
You couldn't wear pants, right?
I wasn't allowed to wear pants. I wasn't allowed to educate myself. I lived in a very ultra-religious Jewish community. Recently, there's been a lot of talk about laws in Iran, that women can't be educated and that they can't sing in public, they can't dance in public, they need permission to get married, they don't live alone. That was my world. When I see these laws there, I'm like, that's Muncie, New York. The only difference is nobody beats us or kills us or throws us in jail, but those are the only people you know.
Right.
The conformity, they punish you through your children because if you don't conform, your children won't get proper matches or marriages, and therefore their lives will be miserable. And so you're forced to conform if you love your children.
Oh, my goodness.
That's great. What gave you the courage to lead that life?
My daughter, Miriam. The reason I'm alive today is because of my daughter, Miriam.
So what happened? What did she do specifically?
My daughter, Miriam, was a tiny little rebel, literally from the day she was born. She was in 2nd grade. The assignment was, if you could walk in someone's shoes, whose shoes would you walk in? And everyone basically wrote the same thing. My sainted grandmother who had 17 children and never cried. My sainted mother who had 24 children. And, I have friends who had 16 children. I have friends who have 12 children. I have 49 nieces and nephews.
My goodness.
Oh, my God.
Okay. And you have 4 children yourself.
I
That
do.
feels like
I was pregnant 10 times.
4 feels like a lot.
I was pregnant 10 times. I just miscarried 6 times.
Wow.
I'd go to the hospital and I'd miscarry. And, usually miscarriage is a very painful, traumatic, difficult thing. For me, it was relief because I didn't want to have 10 children. So anyway, on this wall, I'm going to go real fast. Miriam, so everyone else was like my sainted grandmother, my little daughter says, why would I want to walk in anyone else's shoes? My father's are too big. My mother's are too high. I think I'll go through life walking in my own shoes.
I love it.
2nd grade.
I love it.
And then when she got a little older, when I was in my mid-30s, she wanted to play soccer. And he said, you can't because you're wearing a skirt, and if your knees show while you're playing, a man walking by the field may see your knees and get turned on. it's going to be your fault because you're responsible for men's actions. Now, let's not talk about the fact what kind of man gets turned on by a 5-year-old's knees or an 8-year-old's knees or an 11-year-old's knees.
Total women's responsibility.
Yeah. And my little daughter, she looks at my husband, her father, and says, oh, well, is he responsible for my sins? And I was like, yeah, what she said.
I'm going to do that.
Because she gave me permission to question. Because until then, my whole life, I felt this dichotomy between who I was and who I was told I had to be. But everyone around me was happy. Everyone around me followed those rules. So to me, it was like, what's wrong with me that I'm not okay with being silent and subservient?
All right, guys, we are talking to Julia Haart from My Unorthodox Life for Wealth Wednesday.
How do you get from that to and all of the self-esteem and all the stuff that came with it to you left that and you started your own shoe line?
Because I figured if I can time travel, I can pretty much do anything.
That took so much. What I'm trying to get at is how did you educate yourself to become a businesswoman?
I read. I became a voracious reader. I read everything from Euripides to Voltaire to Spinoza to Descartes. Business, history, marketing, fashion, everything I could get my hands on. And then I started drawing and designing. I thought fashion is the personal expression of who we are today. To me, it's freedom.
You're an entrepreneur and you've really built yourself up. Like you said, you moved out when you were in your 40s and you had a lot to learn. But I feel like people try to downplay it. Like there's no way she was able to do that. It's not possible to build this hundreds of millions of dollars empire without something else happening.
Yes.
And they also try to act like it's not you that did it with your own grit. How does that make you feel? And do you think that's because you're a woman?
1,000% it's because I'm a woman. When season 1 came out, I was accused of marrying my husband for his money. And even though when I married him, he had lost all his money. All he had left was EWG and a few $1 million. Not that a few $1 million is nothing. Point is, I kept my mouth shut because I loved him. And I allowed myself to be accused of marrying someone for their money to get a leg up out of pure love. But, you know, my first brand, which was Julia Haart Shoes, I have texts from there because I did get propositioned by people who invested in my company.
Wow.
And I told them, this company is about freedom. And if I have to sleep with someone or fake an emotion to have it, then there's no point in it. And I think the reason I constantly get accused of this is because what I did is unusual. And it is very fast. And it is hard to believe.
What kind of advice can you give to women that are in situations where they're not financially independent right now? What kind of baby steps, small steps can they take to sort of
get ready,
put them in the right direction?
Love that. You don't realize what you're capable of until you just get started. So much of it is in our minds.
Yeah.
We think we can't, and so we never try. So my advice is, I don't care what you do. Look, what did I do when I first started? I didn't have a college degree. I didn't know anyone from the outside. I sold life insurance. It's the only thing I could think of selling that you didn't need a degree for. You need to want it so badly that you can't breathe without it. You need to want to be free so badly that you are willing to work as many hours as it takes. When I first started, people would pat me on the head. People literally diminished me every day. And I just didn't care because in my eyes, I saw that I could accomplish. And that's, to me, I don't care if you start working at a 7-Eleven. Doesn't matter what you do. Just get up and do something. And then figure out, okay, now that I have X amount, what can I do with this amount? Don't spend it on clothing. Don't spend it on anything. Invest it. Figure out, okay, I'm going to invest this to the next step. When you get to the next step, figure out, okay, what do I want the next step to be? But I would say that the first step in that journey, you have to know what you want. You've got to pick something. You have to pick a passion.
Right. So there's so many people that want to do any and everything.
I
can do that. I'll do that. I'll try this. I saw this work for this person. I'll do that. And you have to know what you're passionate about and then go really hard at it.
So choose one thing. I always call it your angel. Choose your angel. What do you see when you wake up in the morning? What do you see when you go to sleep at night? Choose your angel and then focus on that. And that's your thing.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, and it's Wealth Wednesday. Julia Haart is joining us. We'll have more with her when we come back for Wealth Wednesday. You can catch her on My Unorthodox Life on Netflix. Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yeah, she back at it. Bring in the back. Way Up with Angela Yee is on.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and my partner in Wealth Wednesday is here with me, Stacey Tisdale. Jasmine from the Jasmine brand is here with me. Did I do that right?
Yes, you did.
All right, and Julia Haart is also joining us from My Unorthodox Life, but she also has a lot of gems to give us when it comes to business for Wealth Wednesday. Now, Stacey.
Well, I think it's absolutely amazing that you are also moving into venture capital for female entrepreneurs. And we talked about this all the time.
Women only
do
not get that money.
2% of venture capital goes to women. I thought
women
was
of color, like 0.35%.
Well, I have something to talk about. I can't talk about it yet, but I do have some exciting news. This is something that, when I couldn't work for EWG, and so I couldn't help make women financially independent that way. I had to think of, what am I going to do this year? I'm not going to just sit around and not help people. That's my purpose in life, right? So we started making these female founder-formed meetings in my house where I would bring young female entrepreneurs and then VC financiers, and the entrepreneurs would be able to present. And we got a lot of investment for these women. So it's been working really, really well. And now I have an idea to kind of take it nationwide.
Well, we want to help in any way we can once you're able to talk about it.
And I think we'll allow every woman who wants to in America to have an opportunity to start something.
That's incredible.
So I'm really, really excited about that. And then, I've got a few other projects that I'm really
Talk about the body.
Yes, my plus body. So it's something that I invented. You've seen it in season 1, the shapewear.
Yes, it's amazing looking. It's really beautiful, it
doesn't look like shapewear,
and it doesn't have seams. It's really nice.
I love something with no seams.
That's right. No one would ever know.
Is this available now?
It's going to be available starting April. And then the other project that I'm working on that I'm really excited about is this brand called Amion. This woman, Alina Merle, she's a cancer survivor. She lost both breasts, and it did terrible things to her skin, and so her doctor recommended cryotherapy. And
it's a quick deep freezing.
Like a deep, And it did wonders for her skin. And she's an inventor. We're actually partnering on several projects together, but this is the one that's furthest along. Basically, she said, I wonder how women who can't go into a cryotherapy, who can't afford cryotherapy, what can they do at home that will mimic it? So she developed this skincare routine, and it's an ice cube. You keep it in your freezer, and in the morning, you go like this all over your face, and it just melts into your skin. And what it does, because it acts almost like cryotherapy, it enlarges your pores so that the skincare that you put on afterwards goes in deep. And then the minute it dries, it shrinks your pores back in, which enables it to stay in your skin and not dissipate. It's unbelievable. It's an extraordinary thing. Yeah, look at my skin.
I know. I'm like, look at your skin.
I've been using it since I've met her. So, I'm like totally obsessed with this product.
You should share.
Yeah.
I'm going to share. You know what? I'll actually send you guys. If you give me all of your, I'll bring 3 boxes because you're going to see it's unbelievable.
I can't wait. I will try that every day.
It's amazing. And it feels kind of like a mini spa treatment. Like I'll do it in the morning and I'll close my eyes and I'll do this and I feel like relaxed and it's like almost like a meditative thing. It's really, really, it feels amazing.
And one final question from me for you that will help the men and women in our audience. If you had one money lesson that you've learned from all that you've been through that you think our audience could learn from, what is it?
Don't trust anyone, even if they're your spouse or your best friend. Put it in a contract. I didn't take enough care about contracts. I trusted instead of putting it in writing. And I think, we're made to feel bad if we don't trust our loved ones. I'm sorry. Trust is great. Put it on a piece of paper. That is my biggest advice, because imagine if you work and you build something and you create something of tremendous value and you weren't careful with your paperwork, someone will come and take it from you. And the more you succeed, when you start building $1 billion business, someone's going to come for you. So put everything in writing. Make sure you have the best lawyer you can possibly afford. Get it in a legal document.
There you have it.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for that and for being so open and transparent all the time.
Thank you. I don't know how else to say. That's freedom too. Being yourself is freedom too.
But honestly, thank you so much for joining us, Julia Haart. Make sure you get the book, Brazen. Make sure you watch My Unorthodox Life, seasons 1 and 2, maybe 3 coming soon. We don't know. Nothing confirmed.
Thank you for the pearls on this very special Wealth Wednesday.
You guys are so amazing. Thank you so much. And I'm going to make sure, and I'll send you guys a shapewear piece and the cryotherapy. Thank you guys so much. This was so much fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was Wealth Wednesdays with me and Stacey Tisdale, and of course Jasmine from the Jasmine brand. And when we come back, we have Ask Ye. 800-292-5150 is the number. Anything you want to ask, we are here to help.
I go, hey, everybody, whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
So you should know.
This is Ask Ye.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and Jasmine Brand is here with me, and it's time for Ask Yee. 800-292-5150 is the number for you guys to call up whenever you have a question so we can help you out. Hey, Shauna, what's your question for Ask Yee?
How do you break up with someone?
Okay. Why are you guys breaking up?
It's a multitude of reasons, and I'm tired, but I don't know how to tell this person that I'm done.
Do you guys live together?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay. Whose name is on the lease? Are both of you? Does somebody have to move? What are the logistics?
He would have to go.
Okay, he's got to go. You think that's going to be an issue for him to leave?
What I think is he's gonna need some time before he can leave.
Okay. How much time are you willing to give him?
I'll give him 30 days.
Okay, I think that's very fair. And financially, he's okay to move out. So because it feels like you're upset that he's been lying to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the one thing I want to say is when you do go into this, right, go into it rationally. You've laid everything out and you have your whole list. You know why. And I think it's important for you to just be as calm as possible so that things don't get emotional and it doesn't turn into an argument. But you just need to lay it out. Look, I'm not happy. The reason why I'm not happy is because X, Y, and Z, and this is not a situation I want to continue to be in. I've already decided this is what I want to do, and I know that you need to get your things together and move out. I am willing to give you 30 days, for you to get it together. If you can get out faster than that, amazing. If not, I can give you those 30 days for you to gather yourself and get what you need. And if you have any thoughts, I would love for you to get those out now, but I've already decided this is what I want.
Okay, that sounds good. I appreciate you. Thank you.
One more question. You think he's going to beg you to stay?
Everybody, my sister, my cousins, my best friend, everybody keeps telling me he's going to try to do something. Like, he's not going to be able to handle it. I don't think so either.
All right, well, I just want to recommend, just for safety purposes, have somebody nearby, so that just in case you need another person to intervene, you're good.
I will, but I don't think it's going to get, to a physical thing. It's just,
okay.
He's very emotional. So that's what they mean when they're saying he's not going to be able to handle it, his emotions.
All right, well, maybe you say what you have to say. Let him get whatever he needs to get, off of his chest out in the open. And then maybe it's time for you to, at that time, be like, I'm going to leave you alone for a little while. I'm going to go, grab something to eat and come back.
Okay. Thank you. It was nice talking to y'all. Thanks again, Angela.
Yes, that was Ask Ye. 800-292-5150 is the number. You can also call and leave an Ask Ye, and we'll answer that as well. And leave any message, 800-292-5150. Because guess what? At the end of the show, we have last words, and that's coming up now, where you guys get to have the last word.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.
Today, I'm headed out to Alabama A&M University. I'm excited for that.
Okay,
I've never been there before.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
It's Women's History Month, so we're having a really fun keynote that I'm doing.
Okay.
And that's for Tea on the Hill. So
okay.
I got my little outfit ready. Hopefully it fits,
I think it's, I think you're going to have a good time. I can't wait to see the pictures.
Okay, me too. I got my little hat, So.
Oh, because you have to wear a hat for the tea.
It's like a Kentucky Derby hat.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
I should have got some gloves.
That's what I said to you. I said, are you going to wear gloves, Angela?
But I have long sleeves, so I don't know.
Yeah, they're probably going to work. Okay, you did good.
I did the right thing?
Yeah, you did the right thing. And then you have your hat. You're fine. And there's a color theme, right?
Yeah, brown.
Okay.
Brown is the color.
Okay.
So shout out to everybody at Alabama A&M University. I cannot wait to see y'all tomorrow to do this keynote. And it's not the weekend. I keep thinking it is.
I know, right?
But again, Ramadan does start tonight.
Yes. Big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal. So, for everybody who is celebrating Ramadan, I know it's not it's
easy
not easy
time. Right, yeah. At all.
But remember, I told French Montana he had those Ramadan abs around this time.
Yeah,
his abs start really coming out.
They'll come back.
All right, well, right now it's time for the last word. That's when you guys get to call in, 800-292-5150. And you can call in all throughout the show. Leave your voicemails. You can do it even when the show is not airing. We want to hear from you always. And let's get into your last words.
Hi, my name is Juanita Shaw. I am the Riverview Garden School Teacher of the Year for the district, and I want to shine a light out on all the teachers, all the educators across the country. Keep shining bright for all the students. We need you. Stay motivated.
Hey, Angela, my name is PJ. I'm calling you all the way from Texas. I want to shine a light on my husband. That name's Wayne. He is a local, independent black filmmaker that's making a lot of waves down here in Texas. He won an award from the NAACP of one of his films that they executive produced called Policing, which is a very powerful film. And also he's fixing to get ready to release his film called Free Word, which is another powerful movie.
Hey, Angela. My name is Curtis from Bridgeport. I was listening to your conversation about the young man talking about he started smoking at 6. I started at 8. My mom and them used to drink and go to sleep in the house, and I used to steal the cigarettes and go in the bathroom and smoke. I smoked for about 20-something years. I gave it up in 98. All right. God bless.
I have some secret I have to tell. Their mother gonna find out, and her sister gonna find out. But I have a child with my baby mother and her sister, and they both don't know what's going on. The reason why I said they both don't know what's going on, because they both live in 2 different states. And I got them both pregnant, and they both got to have the baby. And I'm supposed to be at the baby shower, at one of the baby showers, but I don't know how to break it down.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.